Renting in Accra is the absolute ghetto, you guys. So renting in Accra is a nightmare. Renting in Accra, you have to have some special skills to be able to rent in Accra, especially if you're not like going through like a proper agency and all those things, and it's a nightmare. That's just what I'm gonna say.
Take it slow, bring it back, let them know, bring it down to the flow.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If this is your first time, welcome. My name is Mira, nice to meet you. Okay, if you're a returnee, however, boo, you know how we do it. Okay, it's another story time. Where's your snack? Where's your popcorn? Where's your drink? Where's your wine? Grab it. Where's your water? At least, madam, what are you waiting for? It's time. Okay, anyway, just like title says, in today's video we're going to be talking about another story time about this landlord from hell. You guys, like, if I say this landlord was from hell, I'm not even exaggerating. This is one of the most stubborn, wicked, annoying landlords I've ever met in my entire life, and I've been living on my own for a while now, so you should know what I'm talking about. Okay, so without saying too much, let's get right into the story. So once upon a time I was in uni, you guys. So if you've been on this channel long enough, you know that I've been living on my own for like a very long time. So back in uni, I went to the Ghana Institute of Journalism, where we did not have hostels. We had hostels, but it wasn't like a hostel for the school. It was just like people who had built hostels around the school, and the hostel that was like affiliated to my school was a hostel that I did not like. It looked like a cubicle. The rooms were extremely small, and I've always hated living with other people, like people I don't know. I like my space so much that I usually want to be in like a very confined place with like just people I know and like, right? When I went to uni, I spent my first year at home, commuting from like the house to school, which was extremely stressful. Oh my god, I would never recommend that to anybody. Level 200 came, and then it was finally time for me to move out of the house. I'm not even sure if it was level 200 or second term of level 100, I'm not sure, but it was finally time for me to move out of the house, you guys. And before then, I had been looking for a place. Before I even found this place, I had two problems. Okay, I didn't want to end up with a roommate that I didn't like, and I'm extremely picky when it comes to that. And fortunately for me, I eventually found Ruby, someone who eventually became like my very tight friend. But basically, level 200, we said that, okay, you know what, we're gonna move back to school, right? So we're looking for something that was very close to school, so that, you know, like broke days, so that even if you don't have money, you know, you can walk to the school and stuff like that. Now we kept looking and looking and looking until we finally found a place around my school. Before we found this particular place, we kind of got duped. Well, they returned our money, but like we kind of got duped, like scammed or whatever. That's a story for another time. But eventually we found this place in Osu, you guys. When I tell you that renting in Accra is a hassle, right? But renting in Osu, it's another problem. It's problem, another problem. You guys, it's just like that. Anyway, so Ruby and I eventually found this place. I'm not even sure how we found it. I think it was an agent or someone that told us about this place. So the first day we went to check out this place, oh my god, you guys, we're like, oh, this place is terrible. Like, we used to call it the haunted Hathaways, because like this house was a real ghetto, man. It was ratchet. So maximum, right, from that place to school was about 10 minutes walk, which was the closest you could find to school. Another thing was that it was private. It wasn't like one of those hostels that were like cubicles, so we could do whatever we wanted, and it just felt better than any other place we had seen. And besides, it was close. Like, that was the main thing. It was close. We're looking at the fact that if it's close enough to school, then even on our broke days we can just walk to school and all those days, because we had to factor all these things in. Anyway, Ruby and I decided that, okay, you know what, we're gonna take this place because we had no choice. Now mind you, you guys, when we saw this place, it was completely run down, and then the landlord told us that we shouldn't worry, he would like take money and then he would fix this place. But another thing I should add is that people were already living in this place. Even though it was the absolute ghetto, there were people living in it. So we go to this place, you talk to this man and all those things. Oh my god, you guys, one thing, if you're a female in Accra and you want to rent, just look for a man. I beg. Most of the time they don't be the ladies, they don't look at us, so they don't care. Just look for a man to go with you, it's better. Two known girls, we went on our own, man. We went on our own to go and look for this roof. Now we got the roof of the apartment was like falling out, you know, like one day, because it was a story building, it wasn't those POP ones, it was like the roof, like the blocks or whatever were falling down, it was falling apart. And this one was like, oh, we shouldn't worry, he will like fix it and it's nothing, we should just pay the rent and all those things. We did some research and realized that it was legit. So we're like, okay, cool, we paid this man. I remember, I think it was during the vacation or so that we paid this man. 1 month, 2 months. This man told us that we're done in a week. 1 month, it's going to 2 months. This man is still not saying anything. Every day we go, it's a different story. Every day we go, it's a different story. And you guys, this place literally had cracks as well. That's how desperate we were. Sorry, this place had cracks and so on and so forth. So every day we'll go back, then this place is still the same. Man, what's going on? But why are you not minding us? And then the landlord was so rude. Later on, we even found that he wasn't the main landlord, right, guys? This man was so rude, it's not even funny. So each time we go back, the place is the same, nothing is changing. So eventually we realized that the place was leaking, right? And then we told him that, oh, this place is leaking as well. This man just went and got some cement. From what he told us he was going to do and what he was doing was not the same. This man literally just went and got some cement and then he patched this thing. Hey, you guys, every day will come, this man will give us a different story. Sometimes you don't even answer our phone calls. Like, you guys, it went on for like weeks, months. If you know a bit about me, I know that my stepdad has a military background. My brother is also a military man, and my brother-in-law is also in the army. Okay, like, man, I'm from a military family. Yeah, that's just a flex, by the way. Okay, anyway, like I was saying, so it got to time that it became ridiculous. Like, it was like, what the hell is going on here? Are you gonna give us our money or not, you know? Eventually we got one of the military men in our area to go with us to this place, and he was a no-nonsense man. So we went there, and then he asked him, yo, what's the deal? Why is this still not done? And stuff like that. So he thought it was like one of those small boys as usual. He saw the military man, he saw the gun. Man mellowed. It was like, oh yeah, whatever. We fixed it in a week. You guys, even after he promised, it still took a couple of weeks before this man fixed this place. That should have been a red flag, but we were desperate, man. We didn't care. Okay, we were desperate. We wanted to live, wanted to be close to school. And me, for instance, you guys, I didn't want to be home. Okay, I'm sorry if my parents are watching this. You guys, you know me, I didn't want to be home. I was tired of being home. At the time, my sister had gone to school. My brother was a bit, you know, you guys, I was just tired. Me, I like my peace. I like the independence that comes. So I was in the hurry to leave. So me, it was just that I have to go. And at the time, Ruby, my friend, was also from Tamale. She was living in Tamale, so she used to come and go back. And whenever she was in Accra, she had to go live with her aunties. And I think there was a time she had to live with me and stuff like that. But all the hassle was just too much. So we had to like look for a place. Does it make sense? So eventually this man patches this thing and he lies that he has fixed it. We come and it's not even close to what he promised. So we're like, okay, whatever. You guys, we lived in this place and almost every day there was a problem. A couple of weeks into living this place, it starts raining, then our roof is leaking. Hey! Hey! We go back to this man who fixed it, and then whenever you called him, you guys, like I said, he was very rude and arrogant. And till date, I still don't understand why did he invest in that property, because you guys, the property is in the center of Accra. Like, if you're someone who lives in Accra and you know what's it called, Pipers, then you know that it was very close to Pipers. It was very close to GIG. Like, where it is itself is a residential area. So like, if you just invest in it a bit, people would actually pay a lot of money for this place. But because of, I don't know what the problem was, we're not doing it. Fast forward, this place would leak. Sometimes while we are sleeping, to start raining, you guys would have to put buckets and stuff in corners. It was bad. Sometimes when it's sleeping, we have to like put our mattress up and just like sit in the corner and wait for it to stop raining. And if we had to go for vacation or like an excursion or whatever, you guys, we always had to put our mattress up, because we'll come back. I can't even count the number of times we came back and met our mattress soaked in water. Now what broke the camel's back was that there was this particular day that we had to travel. Now Ruby and I were like the party gang of the school. Like, not like that, we're antisocial, but like whenever there was like an event, an excursion or whatever, we'll always make it, we'll always go. I don't even think it was a rainy season or anything of that sort, but it was just one of those times that we had to travel for a school trip. When we're going, my dad has left my laptop at home, you guys. We didn't realize that it rained. We came back home, you guys, and this is the part I put that sad song, you guys, because throughout the times I was talking about the place leaking and stuff like that, this man kept coming back and doing shoddy work and claimed that he had fixed it, right? So we came back that particular day, and you guys, everything in the room was soaked, including my laptop. Hey!
God. Hey, Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Rest in peace to that laptop. All our stuff were wet. We had to like literally fetch the water like this. Imagine coming back from a trip and you're extremely tired and you just want to sleep, only to get there and then everything is soaked in water. You guys, so now we're there crying and like upset and not knowing what to do with our life. And I think did that trip even go on well, or we're just tired? I don't even remember, but I remember like when we were coming back we were already exhausted, only to see that, you guys, when I tell you that we broke, like we almost cried, I'm not even joking. So fast forward, we called this man and we told him that, oh, this is what happened, we just go home and the best thing, or the first thing this man could say was that, did I pour the water into the room?
Jesus!
Excuse me?
Will you keep quiet?
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Now, if you know me, you know that I am quick-tempered, man. Like, and Ruby is also like that. My friend Ruby is like very quiet, but when she's angry, she speaks anyhow. So imagine two people who talk anyhow and they're angry, you guys. And this man said, did he pour the water in the house that day? So he regretted. So we'll not give it to this man, you don't know. I don't talk back at elders, but I don't like it when people don't respect themselves, okay? So it's like we insulted him, but like we spoke our mind. Like we gave it to him front, back, left, right, center. And this man was upset and he was like, he's going to give us our money to leave. And then he had been saying that too. You keep saying you're going to give us our money, but not giving us our money. Where is the money? He kept going on and on and on about it and how he's going to kick us out of the house, whatever. And we knew that he couldn't. And at that point in time, we didn't even care if he kicked us out. It wasn't like we're stranded. Like at the time we're living at Tissue Camp, right, which wasn't very far from that place, but just that the whole process of going back and forth, especially if you had like early morning lectures and all those things, was just stressful. And me, I didn't want to be with my parents anymore. I was tired. I wanted to experience life on my own, you know, like I wanted to feel it. I wanted to, you know, ginger me, you know. And at the time too, it was like our rent was almost over. I think we paid for a year or so. Our rent was almost over, so we knew that he was going to kick us out, right? But we had nowhere to go. That was we had nowhere to go, and it was at the time it was the cheapest we could find around that area, okay? And it was close, so close that we couldn't let it go, kinda. So finally, what happened was that there was another lady around our place who was moving out. She was living with her boyfriend, right? And then she said she was leaving, like she was gonna leave. So she had been following the landlord to give her money, like her balance, for a while, and he wasn't doing that. So she was like, oh yeah, my place is actually, their place was way bigger and stuff and nicer. So she was like, okay, my place is nicer and whatever. So since I'm moving out and our time is not due, you guys can move in, and when it's time, like while you search for the other place, so that when it's time you can just do what, you can just go. And we're like, oh, okay, cool with us. So we paid her the rest of her whatever, and then she left. Now before this girl left, she told the landlord that, okay, if you can't give me my money, then I'm going to give it to someone else. And this man said okay, but I think he didn't know that it was us, or he just thought that he could come back and cheat us or something like that. You guys, I didn't even know. This girl left with her boyfriend, and then we moved in. We're there now. One day this man came, you have no right to, and even that place was leaking a bit, but it was just better than ours, way better, way better. But he was like, you guys have no right to be in this place. You did not. Oh god, why are dogs making noise? Can you hear the dog? I apologize if you can. This man comes and he's like, you have no right to be living in this place, you have no right to be doing this, she didn't tell me that she was giving it to you, whatever, and she didn't have any balance with me, which was lies, by the way, you guys. The girl had balance. She had showed us receipts and stuff like that. So now we had to, and the girl was Nigerian, by the way, so now we had to look for this girl's number. We had to look for her on Instagram, we had to look for her everywhere to like make the switch. At the time, the reason why we believed the girl and like we hadn't spoken to him when we agreed was the fact that there was also a caretaker in the house, right? Apart from that man who turned out not to even be the main landlord, there was a caretaker in the house. Does it make sense? So everything went through the caretaker first. So we thought, like, because she had agreed with the caretaker, we thought that was it. This man came back and was like, you guys are disrespectful. Oh yeah, I don't want you in my house, whatever, you should leave. And you guys, he didn't care if we had paid the money or not. I went to be like, yo, we've paid, we have paid for it, okay? There is absolutely nothing you can do to kick us out of this house. In fact, we die here. You guys, to cut a long story short, eventually what happened was that we found this girl. We had to like go through numbers. Eventually we found this girl, and then I think I reached out to her on Instagram and I was like, hey, and this is like something that happened around 2014 or 2015, one of them. So I reached out to her and I was like, hey, this is what's happening since you went, whatever, and the landlord has been acting like this. He says we should leave and all those things. You guys, the girl had to like find a way to like come into the story till like eventually, I think in the end we ended up spending like 6 more months in there before we moved out. Now we couldn't find a place where we're moving out, you guys. I had to like move in with my ex, you guys, and that's another nightmare. That's another story time that, yo, we have to do. But you guys, I'm gonna end today's video here. Let me know if you guys want me to tell you the story time about how I moved in with my ex and how that went, okay? How that's, yeah, I wish I was telling the story with Ruby because there are a lot of things I don't remember. But that being said though, I think there's other things that you should look out for when you're renting in Accra, which includes, you guys, finding the right agency. Make sure that whatever agency you're looking for is trustworthy and reliable, okay? Do not compromise. I know sometimes desperate situations can lead you to wanting to compromise, but do not compromise. And if you can, okay, sometimes just go with a man. If you have a man around, go with him, because some of these men, some of these landlords and stuff are always looking for a way to dupe you. They are looking for a way to cheat you, especially if you're just a female and if you're as young as we were. Another thing is that in Accra especially, it is probably better to rent during raining seasons, because sometimes these places you don't even know that they leak and stuff like that until it starts raining. Like for us, we didn't know until like it started raining and we realized that, man, we are effed, okay? So that is something I definitely recommend as well. Let me know of your story. Have you ever rented in Accra? Have you ever been duped? How did it go? Did the landlord try to cheat you? And so on and so forth. Because I have stories from like, I have stories from how landlords like took our money and said they were gonna like finish a place but never finished it, or like finished it and gave it to someone else at a higher price. It just goes on and on and on, okay? And if I'm going to tell you my stories in this Accra, like we'll sleep here today, okay? But I would love to hear your stories, so let me know in the comment section. If you want to hear a story about how I moved in with my ex and how that went, let me know as well and I'll tell it, okay? You know I got you, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and feel free to check out my other videos, okay? I have a playlist full of story times, so why not checking them out? It's absolutely free and it's juicy, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Until next time, stay beautiful. I love you guys so much. Bye.